Hi chat. Welcome in everyone. Happy Friday. Happy beginning of the weekend. So the plan for tonight, welcome in, I'm Chef JT. Hello everybody. Welcome in, Mel. Gonna be doing fish and chips today, and coleslaw. Coleslaw. I was debating doing duck this weekend, but we're doing seafood this weekend. Sort of wonder if I should mirror that image, that view. I think I'm feeling the most relaxed I may have all day right now. Like, that's sort of the good thing about the beginning of stream. Just like, everything just sort of like, I have to worry about just disappears. I don't have to worry about that until later. I was going to try and put that away, but that needs to go in the back room, so I don't think that's happening right now. Yawn. Sorry, chat. I shouldn't be tired. I'm not really feeling tired. Maybe I'm just oxygen deprived? Someone in chat yawn? That's what it is. Someone in chat yawned. Everyone knows yawning is contagious. Thank you for joining me, everyone. Cheers. Quiet start to stream tonight. Where do I start with everything? I think we need to start taters. 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 Yeah, I don't know if that's going to be good for this project. Let's grab a different one. Well, that's massive, but okay. I'm looking into this bag of potatoes I bought today, and I grabbed this first one, which was sort of like, this is sort of like what I was expecting was in this bag. No, I look in that bag and basically all of them are like that. They're gigantic. Hey, Al. Did I not cut through the first time? Quit slipping. Get these potatoes. Ow. Just coated with oil and seasoning here. Get it all ready to go for the oven. crawled up. How you doing? I'm gonna see if I can't clean the rim of this bottle. Oh, it's caught in like a lip of that bottle lid. That's a bummer. There's some gunk in this lid that I don't want gunk. Do you want gunk, chat? So I'm just trying to get whatever this is, which is actually cooperating now that I got a knife out. I guess it's scared of the blade. Thank you for the follow. Get out of there. One last little bit. Always the last little thing. Okay. So let's refill my sunflower oil bottle. No fans of eggs in chat? Thank you, John. They're just some Idahos that I just sliced up. There ain't anything special about them yet. We're just getting started here. Barely got my coffee made and all. But welcome in. Gonna be making some fish and chips and coleslaw tonight. These are obviously our chips. Oh, yeah, and then this was to coat those chips. Hey. I finally got to that before they started oxidizing, huh? And bigger bowl. Should have planned for this better. Cod. Picked up a big ol' thing of it at the store today. And so that's going to be used for today and Sunday. We're doing a Portuguese fish stew on Sunday. I was thinking of doing duck. I do have a duck in my freezer, so the duck content is coming in the future. Probably next weekend. We'll do some sweet taters and duck and just hit up all of those fall notes. It's very strange since duck is pretty much available all the time. I mean, especially if you're a hunter. I don't know why I think of it so much as like a fall item. Alright, what seasoning do we want to throw on these? I'm saying... what am I doing? Coleslaw, we're going to be doing sort of fresh, gingery... This is going to have all of our heavy hitters as far as MSG. Or as far as umami. Garlic and onion. Cumin. Cayenne. Paprika. Pepper. I thought about some other things. I considered getting some sole. I considered getting... Well, that wasn't going to happen. That was way too pricey, but... I can't ever remember the name of it, but the... expensive cod. They had some beautiful cuts of that. Black cod. So let them hang out for a bit. They got oil on them, so hopefully they won't turn color at all. Let's go ahead and make our batter here next. Tonight is likely not to be a very long stream for me. Just putting that out there. I think I have one over here. I do. I do. And I'm going to use a couple of different types of flourage here. Well, actually this first one isn't even really wheat flour, it's corn flour. That's about a quarter cup, a little more. And then we're going to need probably about a half cup more. Of just straight normal AP flour. Wow, the beer smells. I can smell the beer, Trot. Do you smell the beer? Well, I didn't need the flour, but I did want the flour to thin out the other corn products that went in there. So we'll add a bit more beer into this recipe. Not that I'm following a recipe here. So far it's beer and various types of flour. Nice. Turn out well for you. Onion powder. I have to have more of that, don't I? There it is, it's hidden in the back. Malt vinegar. Pepper. I didn't add salt to the potatoes yet because I wanted to do that last thing before they go into the oven. Not here though. So, MSG. And salt. And there we go. There is our batter. I might need to thin that out a slight touch, but I'm just let it sit for now. I don't want to overwork the flours, obviously. So that's just going to hang out and get loose before we do our frying. getting the big pot out for the frying tonight. Same oil. The colored one is the one that I've used before. Started with the fresh oil and added the used oil on top. Oh, hey. Chat might want to see that, huh? Sorry about that. There you go. Same oil. Welcome in, Nan Reader. I forgot to add cayenne in here. Let's throw some cayenne in there. While I'm at it, do some mustard in there too. Isn't that a cutesy cabbage? I think that's a cutesy cabbage, chat. No compliments on my cabbage? Okay. I see how it is, chat. We're turning this fan back on now. That's the lid to the bin that I use for oiling my cutting boards. For anyone that's not in the Discord, I oiled my cutting board since the last stream, and so this one's looking a little more healthy right now. Certainly looking a little more richer in color. And I cleaned up the other one that I've had in my trailer for several years. Not sure what my plans are really with that. I just felt it was more than due for this one. Ugh, dad joke. Ugh. Ooh. I thought about doing a peanut stew with the rest of this cod that chat hasn't seen yet. You making it spicy, or are you doing more of a... Maybe you're going tofu-ish? I guess you can do tofu spicy too. You can do tofu just about, like, tofu is pretty flavorless. But we'll use the new big bowl tonight. I need another excuse to use up the rest of that bottle of gochujang that I have in the refrigerator too. Even though gochujang is supposed to last, it was a jarred product, so I don't really trust it as much like the straight fermented ones you get from China. If you get what I mean. Like, It's probably fermented, but I don't know if I really trust it to be truly the same deal if you let it hang out. We can go even thinner with that. I haven't tried cucumber in my slaw. At least not that I can recall. And so I had cucumber. I thought might be an interesting try. I'm going to skip the seeds with it though. I figured that would get too watery-ish. So just doing the outer flesh. Have I mentioned lately how much AI is so amazing and how it's going to run so many people out of jobs in the near future? No? Oh, okay. Oh, you're hidden down there. You're buried. How'd you get buried below all the paring knives? You poor peeler. Like under all of them. Well, called out. I am also going to be taking this in a more almost Asian. I'm definitely planning to throw some ginger in there, in both powder and little bits of ginger. And We got some red bell pepper I'm going to throw in there. Got the carrot. Not 100% sure on what I want to do for the, like, coleslaw dressing with this. Make use of this thing. It's been a minute since I've used this. What did I do with the extra blades with this? It's been a minute. Oh, I forgot I have a missing screw in this. Well, I guess we'll do this the way I was doing it in the business. And force it all the way to that side and crank it down on this side. Yep. It's why I've been quiet for a second. We're going through our hourly ads. Take a moment and wipe my face off and ask all my lovely subscribers, how has your week been? Welcome back, everyone. Piel. So that outer layer is so crunchy and thick, it just doesn't want to flex, it doesn't want to... Okay, I guess we're peeling it with the knife. About ready to just take that whole other layer. There we go. I was about ready to give up on it and just take the whole extra layer off, but... I think we all have those days. I'm currently trying to remember what else I plan to put into this slaw. Are those still good? Are these still usable? The purple daikon radish here, if anyone's curious what this is. Doesn't stand out a ton against the onion there, does it? Flubbed up on 2 of those. In other words, they were too thick. You know, I think I need a little more oil in there than I originally put in there. I'll put the last of this in there. What else do I have to throw into this loveliness? I think we're just down to ginger. Hey, Master of Splits. Yep, we're going to the UK tonight, and Portugal on Sunday. No, I got them all mixed up. Oh well. I know they're not all cut out the same way, but oh well. Trying to hide it from myself here. Putting it behind things here. Looking for the mayo. Are you saying I'm an influencer? I wish I could delete. Oh, we can do this. That. And that. Especially since the flame's not on. What about cheesy fish tacos instead? So this is Greek yogurt that's going in there now. Oh, so po' boy master splits. Black and cod po' boy. It's a good time too. I had a broccoli. Light garlic. Heavy ground ginger. Paprika. Sesame oil. Black pepper. Sugar, brown sugar, or honey. Or corn syrup, or molasses. I might have maple too, but we'll go with honey. Oh, I know what else this needs. It needs some celery seed. Totally what it was missing, chat. Freeze-dried cilantro. Debating if I want to thin that out a bit. I think that's okay. Because that's all going to lose a lot of moisture. So we'll go in with all of our salt on all of this. Hi, Cosmic. Welcome, welcome. I could get a bigger spoon. That'd be more efficient, wouldn't it be, chat? I think I'm gonna get a bigger spoon for this. There's a hot point or
Chefia one wiggle, Chefia one wiggle, Chefia one wiggle.
There is a channel point redemption for 50 free sprinkles each stream. Thank you for the resub, Cosmic. Greatly appreciate that. I'm sort of working on revamping the sprinkle system with everything else. And so the rates to earn sprinkles are actually likely going to go up. So it's likely going to get easier to get sprinkles here in the future. However, I'm building a little seniority into things too for those that like hanging out. Mel, thank you for that resub. Appreciate that. And so here we have my... I think someone else nailed it in chat. I think this is kitchen clean out / Asian slaw without the sesame seeds. There's some sesame oil though.
Dollar message.
Thank you again, Mel. Greatly appreciate that gifted sub. Grant's head of broccoli. Enjoy your wiggle. Thank you, Alex. So now we're working on our potato wedges. I'm going to throw these all onto parchment. We're going to make sure they're flat and level and not perfectly uniform, but uniformity can help with airflow if you're not using an air fryer these days, so it can be worth your while a little bit. But if you have a fan or something like that blowing around, well, aren't you cool? I wish I had a fan in my oven. My oven would be a lot cooler if it did. Oh, the days when hot rods weren't a study of who can waste more money in a car, you know. Hey, Soph. I'm thinking of, okay. I alluded to American Graffiti in my own mind there with that comment before, and so I got started thinking about the race at the beginning of the movie. And the nice cars, well, the racing cars from back then, the hot rods back in the day. Maybe it was just me being younger. I don't know. Has it always been sort of the hot rods or the people that waste the most money on them? I mean, I know to a certain degree, like the like competitions and stuff like that, but like the everyday dudes doing it, I don't know. So we got our taters. These are gonna go into the oven. Just like that. Gonna give them 25 minutes and then flip them over the other side. Where are we at with the fish? Well, I have not shown chat the fish itself yet, but we do have a Guinness beer batter here with some corn involved other than just flour and a little bit of light seasoning. But yeah, speaking of secret fish, The fish has a diaper, chat. So we're using this today and on Sunday. What I'm not using tonight, I'm going to be putting into a fish stew on Sunday. I think I'm just going to use this top piece here. You see the difference in color just from chopping on that today. The difference from the oil is given that. This thing didn't get any oil. It needs oil. Oh, there's one. Maybe. Oh, if that's the one I'm eating it. Oh, it wasn't my intention to separate these. It looks like it was already done, though, for boning it, though. I'm going to go with it all the way down, then. And I'm going to keep my pieces somewhat on the smaller side. That way we got a little bit more to batter. You got more pieces. You got more crunch. I appreciate the artsmanship of these restaurants that give you a giant, like, give you that thing entirely fried in one piece. I just don't think it's as good of a product. Ooh, warm socks are fun. I used to have a pair of socks that I absolutely adored that were so warm. I don't know why I don't buy more warm socks for myself. I just expect all cod to have worms in it. Don't think so. I'm just doing some seafood because I was talking to someone about seafood the other day and it got stuck in my head. I think the regulars here in chat know that I don't do seafood very often. So we got this ready. We got those ready. We got the slaw done. We're heating up our oil and we're waiting on our taters. That's where we are, chat. Here, I think you want to look at that a little bit more. So we got the oil heating up now. I got the flame on. If you can see that over there. There's a flame right there. Yeah. I've done a number of those already, haven't I? Not that I'm unwilling to, I'm not buying McDonald's, chat. Do I go with my drinking tonight, chat, or am I going with aspirin? It's Friday. Aspirin is not good when you're drinking for your body because aspirin and alcohol essentially break down to the same thing in your liver. And so it's like double trouble for your liver. I sometimes wonder if aspirin really isn't just alcohol in pill form. Cheers, chap. French oaked bourbon. It's sort of contradiction since bourbon can't be really French oaked, but it's tasty. I'd have to think that would be horrible, Master of Splits. Like, not that I mind. I like Tabasco. I like pork rinds. But that's a little like pouring butter on popcorn. Like, it's just gonna dissolve and turn into this, like... The texture is gonna be absolutely ruined by adding the Tabasco. Like, toss them in, like, Tabasco sauce flavored seasoning. Don't get them all soaked. Ugh. Really, Mel? Well, the ice cream flavor is very notable. Like, it's if you think about what bourbon tastes like, the flavor notes that they produce for bourbon, it's pretty much all ice cream flavors. And by the way, I'm stealing that line entirely from a tour I went to. But it's true. Like, vanilla, the spices that you get off of the barrel, the caramel notes. It's just, once you get rid of the burn to it, which all alcohols burn, it's pretty much like drinking ice cream. Bourbons also tend to be a little bit more cleaner, a little simpler. They're not quite Canadian whiskey, but they seem to be a little bit cleaner. Whereas you get into like Scotch or other things, you start getting into peat and heavy smoke and all sorts of other things, and you get into sort of crazy woods and stuff like that, especially with the Japanese whiskeys. Can you even buy Fresca? Is Fresca even for sale anymore? There's a lot to explore there, Mel. You, for some reason, was saying you want to experience the world in food and drink. Got me thinking of the fact that when I was at the Culinary Institute in New York, they had, I don't know if they still have this, if this is owned by the college or if it was some sort of like something on loan, but they had a massive list of all of the old train menus. And you know, in the world of Amtrak today in the US, we don't really love trains around here. But when you think about it from the European standpoint and how when trains started out, they were very much high-end, very rich, very classy. They've got some amazing things that are like, they did that on a train? Of course, at the same time, you sort of had to, like, on one hand, what I'm saying, I'm making it sound a little sexier than it was. I mean, from the outset, for me, visiting it, you know, it's a bunch of menus. You know, it takes me reading them and being like, really? The other one that I've seen that the school had in the past was actually here at in California at the Greystone campus. I think they still have it, but they've modified a lot lately. They have a massive corkscrew collection. Like, massive. You know, squint my eye is massive. And just all the different ways that people have developed just to open a bottle of wine. Pretty simple dressing, Crawdot. I did some... I have Greek yogurt and mayo in the house, so I mixed those. Added some sunflower, or some sesame oil. A little bit of light seasoning, mostly just paprika. Little onion. And MSG pepper and honey. 240 on our oil here. You could, but I would think that peanut stew may be one of the things that... Peanuts are pretty savory for being a vegetable. They're pretty savory. Mm-hmm. Did they mention Luther Burbank or try to pretend he didn't exist? I hear Idaho is gorgeous. Like, rural gorgeous. Potato cork. Nice, they can see me. Do you go for a bubbly style crust or thin crackery? It's another one of those states like Nevada that's got a ton of government land in it too. Like, it's not like 90+% like Nevada, but there's a fair number of parks and stuff in Idaho. And where there is government land, there is not other development. Anyone read about that forest fire down in Southern California? It sounds like that's causing all sorts of havoc. Of course, anytime there's a forest fire down near LA, they start screaming like the world is ending. Well, Carl, you have to also consider a fair amount of the rest of the world's already been under development for a couple of centuries. Like, there's a great video about it that I've talked about several times before where it's explained that, you know, as we went west, things progressed. Like, the U.S. started off just with 13 colonies on the east end. And as the country grew, and as our country went further west, the more land the government decided it wanted to keep for itself. And so all of the western states have a lot more, like, stuff that's reserved. So sort of the whole thing is sort of like a modern concept in terms of humans' time on Earth. I don't want it warm, Mel. I don't want it room temperature, but I don't mind it not cold, if you get what I mean. So, like, I'm not going to refrigerate that before I eat it for dinner tonight. Not that it would, if I threw it in the refrigerator, it probably wouldn't make a difference anyways. I'm certainly not going to leave it out with it coated in yogurt and mayonnaise. Like, that's just asking for trouble. Even if it's a commercial mayonnaise that's, you know, the pH balance there is everything and everything. Ugh, words. Even though it's a commercial mayonnaise that is probably perfectly shelf stable. See, the booze is getting to me already, chat. Should get some water going too. That's a good combo with some booze. If I'm honest, I'm not really a fan of any processed mayo, including the one I used tonight. I've just not made mayo enough times on stream and didn't feel like spending the time doing it, but homemade mayo doesn't deserve to be compared. The emulsion's all about the confidence. You have to have confidence when you're making an emulsion. You have to... It's perhaps the one thing that I will say that you need to have confidence and bravado for. Our oil is pretty much to temp here. The taters are not ready here, though. We've gotten 25 minutes on those beauties that you can't see yet. And I am going to flip each of these. They are cooked through now, so they're soft. But now we need the crisp. Yeah, I'm broke on me. Oh well. It's just some character. These are going to get another 15 minutes in there at 400 degrees. I'm actually sort of to the point with potatoes where I love potatoes, but I almost need like new ways to do them. I know that sounds a little insane, like there's a gazillion ways you can do potatoes, but like au gratin, fried, baked. It's a little like the conversation that you can boil everything down to a soup or a sandwich. I've certainly had a omelet along that style. I don't know if it was necessarily a Spanish one, but I've had potatoes that have been sort of layered in a pan and sort of like a thick one. You cut it into like slices. But I haven't done that on stream. New York Times is definitely one of my go-tos. But then again, New York Times in general is one of the most respected sources for food and drink. Like I was taught when I first got into culinary school, you're trying to learn the industry, you're trying to learn everything. You know, you need to you need to buy the New York Times every Wednesday. Which is when they do food and drink, or at least used to. I don't know if it still is. And they still are sort of largely the standard as far as like reviewing restaurants in the US. I mean, they focus on New York, obviously, but you get a good review from the New York Times, you're doing pretty good. You're celebrating. Not familiar with that one, Head of Broccoli. But yeah, also restaurant recipes are straight up, like, stolen. Like, yeah. On top of the fact that there's so many, like, poorly written recipes out there in the internet that are really more like hashtags formed into a recipe than an actual recipe. Yeah, there's like, the Supreme Court has ruled that it's a set of steps. It's not an actual writing. It's so it's not copyrightable, or it's not patentable. It's not IP that you can protect. But even in a book, the recipes themselves, like the book is copyrighted, but the recipes are not protected. That's something James Beard, like I had several professors of mine that did not like James Beard. And like, that's what several, like James Beard was known for being a prolific cookbook writer. Like, he put out cookbooks on everything. And what the major gripe that I heard from people about him was he just stole recipes from everyone. He learned the recipes from them, he puts in a book. I liked Good Eats. I have not really been, like, I sort of feel like Alton Brown sort of sold out after Good Eats. I haven't seen any of his modern stuff. Like, I haven't been I know he's doing some YouTube stuff these days and stuff like that, and I haven't seen that. But, like, pretty much the point he started taking over announcing on Top Chef, I was like, or not Top Chef, but, Master Chef or Iron Chef. I was like, yeah, I don't need to be listening to him anymore. Weissman, I don't feel like I know it. Like, he sort of like dances around the outside of being a celebrity chef. Like, he's been in the sort of like celebrity chef area for like my entire lifetime. But he never really is like the star. There's something to be said for that, for being the second and not having, the whole Sopranos thing. It's a little better being the second. Rachel Ray has never been a chef. Like, I don't know why people look to her for cooking. Like, she is 100% marketing. I don't know about her. She's never impressed me, though. People mentioned Yada, or however you pronounce her name properly, and I just always think of everyone saying that her head's too big. And it's true, once you notice it, like, once you look at her and you like, her head is, like, weirdly disproportionate to the rest of her body. I have a TikTok account with nothing on it. I do not have TikTok app, and I do not watch or read anything on TikTok. I think we're close enough that we can start frying here. I have an Instagram account. I have a Threads account. I have a Blue Sky account. I technically have an X account. I have not updated on any of them in probably months. And I am going to thin that out a little bit. Just a little bit. maybe a quarter cup of water there. For those just joining in, this is a Guinness beer batter. That I have not added salt or MSG to yet, which I will be adding now. Just before using it. I have a Mastodon account, I think, too, but I haven't used that anytime recently. And I'm going to use the tongs since they're going to be a little bit better at keeping more of the batter involved here than my fingers. We're going with our first fry here. Are we even looking? Let's look at the fry here. Let's look at what's going in the oil. I didn't add any, like, poofiness. I didn't add any baking powder, any baking soda, anything along like that. I think we're going plate. Let's go with a rack. Let's go with the rack. Not sure I love this beer batter in color. I'm certain it's going to be tasty. I once read somewhere that sumo... I don't really know much about sumo. And I say that even though I know that we have a sumo wrestler on Twitch filming his matches. But I once heard that they essentially only stop eating when their jaw hurts or when they're in the ring or arena or whatever they call it. Maybe someone in chat knows better. You can correct me on that. That's our potato timer. Those are looking pretty. I'm going to give them another couple minutes, though. I'm going to give them another 5. These are the larger pieces of fish, so I'm giving them a little bit longer. Pastina, the Start pasta that's supposed to represent, I think, grains of sand. I'm not sure on that one. Sprinkle those with a little salt. My fingers are a little more delicate with the fish, but the tweezers keep more of the batter on for dropping it in the oil. We found this. Try it in the stew. Because my oil wasn't deep enough, these have been sticking lightly to the bottom. My chicken's reminding me a little of chicken. My fish is reminding me a little of the fried fish you get at like American Country Buffet before they dissolved, disappeared, fell apart, went bankrupt. Before they were joined by TGI Fridays and Denny's. They're stuck together. Oil is off now. Recipes I prefer in the Discord because that way I can actually look at them after stream. But you're welcome to put them in. I have it restricted for non-subs, so non-subs aren't going to be able to put a link in chat. But you can go ahead, Mel. Salt on these last pieces of fish. So cheddar. Oh, oops. Maybe it doesn't work. Because I didn't see that. I thought I had it set so you could, Mel. There we got our oven fries. That's the pale side on these. The other side's probably going to be a little more colorful. Excuse me. Apologize for coughing on mic. I did not think and see me. I was gonna live with a little. I do have pickles of mayo, though. That would not be a hard thing to create. But I am going to live without it tonight. Probably better for my gut anyways, because otherwise I would dip everything in it. Why aren't you following me anymore, camera? Why don't you stop following me? Okay, what am I forgetting, chat? What have I not done tonight? I need to refill my glass. That's what I need to do. Yeah, that's not what I wanted. Keep pressing the wrong thing on my phone. Damn it. I have something I keep trying to do in the morning and I keep forgetting, and I just realized I didn't do it again today. My head was not attached. But there we have it, chat. Our baked taters, chips, and fried fish, fried cod, fresh slaw with cucumber. Hope you enjoyed hanging out with me tonight, chat. I had a fun chill night. Gonna be back here on Sunday, as I've mentioned several times in stream. Gonna be doing a Portuguese stew. Use up the rest of that cod, perhaps with some other seafood, or I don't know what for sure. And I am going to raid someone tonight, because I have not seen this individual streaming in quite a while. An old-time food and drink streamer that... I say old-time, like... It's probably been a year or two. I'm not quite sure what Metal Meal Meltdown is referring to. But, yeah. I hope you hang out and enjoy hanging out with the practical escapist after me. I'm going to be back here on Sunday, as I said, with more stew. We got ingredient challenge Mondays, all sorts of stuff. Hang out in Discord with us. Have a great night, everyone. Good night.